Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about it. Are there too many transformations in Dragon Ball Z? Are there too many transformations? What do you guys think? There are a lot of transformations, but are there too many transformations in Dragon Ball Z? To be quite honest and give you a straightforward answer, I'd say yes. I'd say that the transformations are excessive. There's too many transformations, and they're just too. The power scaling and all that is, a lot of people are OP'd, overpowered, and when it comes to transformations in Dragon Ball, there's just too many transformations. I mean, how many transformations do you need, and colors of hair are you going to want? I mean, I know that you can make it look good, and you can make the red and the blue and the yellow, the silver, the black. You can make it all look really cool, and art is art, and you can make anything look pretty and nice and cool, and especially in animation. But are there too many transformations? I mean, think about it. You got you got a lot of different transformations, a lot of techniques, right? You got Super Saiyan, you got Super Saiyan 2, you got the buff Super Saiyan or the Ascended Saiyan. You have the Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan 4, you have Super Saiyan God, which is the red regular, Super Saiyan Blue God. You have with Goku, you have the Ultra Instinct, you have the halfway Ultra Instinct, you have Vegeta with his kind of like Ascended Blue. I'm not sure what you would call that, but I guess super Vegeta. I mean, it's just like, they gave him an extra power boost and strength and to a new level, but it's just like, I think they're just way too excessive with the Saiyan forms and the transformations, and I think they make Super Saiyan just really just irrelevant when Super Saiyan was given so much attention in the Frieza saga, and it was very, very epic when it came to Super Saiyan. Just that one level of transformation, it was one of the most epic, if not the most epic transformation to Dragon Ball, to really give Dragon Ball what it is today. When you think of Dragon Ball, not only do you think of Goku, you think of Goku but being in Super Saiyan form. You think of Gohan being Super Saiyan level 2, when back in Dragon Ball Z, and when I started watching it, or just or even the Kaioken. I mean, that's definitely a transformation or a power boost as well. So it's like, when it comes to power scaling and leveling these guys out against each other, it's like it gets really, really complicated, especially when you're comparing them to new enemies and old enemies coming back, and I mean, at the end of the day, I know, like, you can only have so many transformations and your power level goes so high, but at the same time, I mean, I don't know, it just gets really confusing. And I definitely would appreciate it if Dragon Ball would definitely, like, go back to its roots and really give these transformations their respective time and effort and just details, that they give it the right detail, and make it more epic, make it more interesting and suspenseful. Super Saiyan 3 was great, and when Super Saiyan 1, 2, 3, they were all given, when they first came out, they were all given their respective time and detail and suspense. Especially for the viewers, it's like, you really want to get into it. You just don't want to see people transforming and people fighting and just blah 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 here, blah 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 there. It's just really excessive nowadays, and it's cool to see, but at the same time, it's like, it kind of just takes away from Dragon Ball and its roots. If you're like me, I really appreciate the old classic Dragon Ball. I mean, you listen to in my videos, it's kind of just what I talk about and what I mention often. Going back to Dragon Ball Z, or maybe even GT, where Super Saiyan 4 was given, you know, its respective time and its detail, and it was given its respective power, and you know, and nowadays it's like red, blue, bluer, Kaioken. There's so many, and it's confusing. It could be very, just leave you thinking and leave you wondering, like, what is going on, you know? Like, I love Dragon Ball, and I'm a Dragon Ball fan till I die, and I'm always gonna watch it. It's great, it's fun, it's my childhood roots, you know, but at the same time, it's like, well, you know, I would appreciate it if they gave Dragon Ball, Goku, and all these guys, and the God form, and, you know, and now there's Ultra Instinct now, so it's just like so many things that are going on. It's like, all right, which one do I pick, you know? Like, they could have had no God forms, like, take away Dragon Ball, God Blue, God Red, they take away God, and, you know, like, they focus so much on Super Saiyan 2, and then you had 3 for a little while, and, you know, focus on the Super Saiyan 3. Like, give its respective detail and time and effort, and that way it can be utilized, you know, not just a form to just be drawn, but like, give it what it deserves, you know? Like, let Super Saiyan 3 give Jiren, you know, say like against Jiren, like a new enemy or whatever, let it give Jiren some beating, you know, let it mark him up a little bit, but then eventually, like, you know, go to the next level, maybe of Super Saiyan 3, or using Kaioken with Super Saiyan 3. Like, we've never seen that. That'd be pretty interesting. But at the same time, it's like, you got the blue, you got the red, you got the Ultra Instinct, Omen, or whatever, and it's like, it takes away, and it's like the story and the clues here and there in Dragon Ball for the Ultra Instinct is there, and the time and effort is there, the detail. But I feel like the you know, the 1, the 2, the 3, or whatever, like, they could be utilized a little more and given more detail and given more suspense within these episodes of Dragon Ball. I mean, if you watch Super Dragon Ball Heroes, I mean, forms are just thrown out everywhere, and people are just finding everywhere, and it's very, like, confusing. And the power scaling is, you know, to compare, don't even waste your time. It's just whatever. It's now, at this point, it's just fan service and giving the fans what they want, different colors, and all these ideas and concepts that people have been thinking about and making on the internet and sharing, and it's coming to fruition. So that is my thoughts. I think there's too many transformations in Dragon Ball, and there needs to be, Dragon Ball needs to take its time, take a step back, and focus on the details on when it comes to transformations, and, you know, give the people what they want. Let there be suspense. This is why people love Dragon Ball, and they're still Dragon Ball fans, because of Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball GT. Like, there was so much suspense, there was so much given into these episodes of Dragon Ball, and, you know, just make it more interesting. It needs to be more interesting. It needs to be more suspenseful, instead of just transforming and that's it. I'm being wowed all the time, you know, like, I'm being wowed for a couple seconds, but be wowed for like a whole episode. Keep it in suspense, like the older Dragon Ball Z, you know. That's my thoughts on it. It's my opinion. You may have a different opinion. You may like all the forms, and I like all the forms. I think they're cool, but I think there's too many, and they could be utilized a lot better. So, guys, thanks for watching. God bless. Like, subscribe. Until next time.